What if you knew exactly what content to make every time you go to make a video or blog? And what if you knew that you were preparing that content to go viral every single time? You can do it. It's called the seed system, and I'm going to teach you how to use it. Okay, so first of all, please subscribe to this channel. We give you ideas about how to make your video content go viral all the time. I'd love you to be part of the community. Hit that like button, kick that bell, and hopefully we'll see you on many of these videos. Okay, so let's get into this value. The seed system. Oh, I love this system. It's a great system to help you choose exactly what video content to create. It actually works for all content. It works for blogs as well. But since we focus on video on this channel, let me focus this on video. If you take all of your content ideas and you work them against the seed system, you always know what to make. So let me break it down for you. Seed. Specificity is the S. E is empathy. The other E is for emotion. And the D stands for deliver. So this is a checklist both for what content do I make, and it's a checklist for, okay, now I know what I'm going to make, how do I make sure it has all the elements to be able to have the preparations to go viral? And it works really well with my hero system for video. I'll put the link to that in the description. Okay, so seed system, let's get into specificity. This is so important. Specificity is everything. It's also a great tip for headlines, right? So if you're trying to make the perfect headline, would you rather click a headline that is like, the world is in big trouble? Or would you want to click a headline like, 3 reasons that life as we know it on Earth are going to change in 4 years from now? Right? These could be the same story, but the headline is going to be so much stronger because it's specific. Now, it's not just about the headline, it's also about the story angle. You want to create content that's specific because it's so much easier to sell. If you want to get people into your content, it needs to be specific. It can't be broad and general because people will never have any expectation on what they're getting into. So if people see your headline, or they start watching your video and they see the headline on the video or the caption in the video and they have no expectation of what's going to be in it, they're gonna bounce. They're gonna get out of there. You'll never go viral, you'll never get clicked, you'll never get watched. So it has to be specific. It has to cut to it. Okay, the E is for empathy. Empathy is everything. It's in the title of my book. I'm obsessed with empathy. I think that people click mirrors. That's my whole theory on the entire internet. If you show them a mirror, they will show you a click, they will show you a watch. And so what does that mean? That means emotional intelligence. You need to show them that you understand the emotions that they are going through at any given time with any given piece of information. So if you want to know what kind of content to make, it should be content that makes people feel a very specific type of emotion based on the value that you can provide them about that. Empathy. It's all empathy. So this could be a story about something that makes someone feel deeply about their life. It could be a curling iron hack. If it's done correctly, there's empathy, right? Because think of the frustration that can be alleviated. And you, as the person creating this content, understand that struggle. You understand that frustration, you understand that emotion, and you can create value around that content. But if it's not something that people are going to emotionally identify with, you should not make that content. It's not worth your time, right? Makes sense, right? And so the E is for emotion. You have to make people feel something. It's so important. I'm actually a big believer that people actually consume content based on emotion, not logic. They also buy things based on emotion, not logic. So if you actually want to get people in to your videos, your blogs, whatever it is, you need to make sure that it's making them feel something. Empathy does a lot of this work for you, but it doesn't do all of the work. You still have to make sure that they feel something through it. Even if there's a little bit of empathy, if the piece of content falls flat, it's not speaking to pain points throughout, it's not continuing to understand the struggle and put forth the struggle that people are going through, the reason they're coming for that value, then it won't matter. Now the D is for deliver. Deliver just means paying off on your promises, you know? You don't want to make this amazing headline. You know, you've used everything that I've taught you here. You've used specificity, you've used empathy, you've used emotion, and then all of a sudden people get into this content that you framed so well, and it's awful, right? Like it's not delivering. You're never going to build a brand that way. They're never going to come back to anything that you ever create again. And people feel often bait and switched. We really don't want that. We want to make sure that we deliver on our promises. Okay, so to recap, this is how you choose what stories to do. It's how you create the headlines for the stuff that you do online. And it's how you actually create that content. It's a checklist for content creation, seed system, right? So specificity, empathy, emotion, and deliver. So important, so important. And it works really well with the hero system too for viral video to make sure that you have an amazing video strategy. So how do you feel about your headlines and your story angles? Are they specific? Do you feel that you create content with empathy, with specificity? Let me know in the comments. And if you got value from this, please subscribe to the channel, be a part of the community, and I look forward to talking to you again very soon.